here at the half, Jim, is both of these teams putting on a little dunk display. The boys coming out to warm up for their games, and these are some big athletic kids, and I tell you what, they're going to be a lot of fun to watch as well.
Well, as you well know, we cover it from one all the way up to Class 5. Every once in a while we'll see a dunk out of the Class 1 teams, but the other night, 4. Almost a trifecta. One more person would have had a dunk on Park Hill South's team. There would have been a trifecta that night on players, but one player did have a trifecta by himself, and that was Evan Hines.
That would have been a very impressive feat, no doubt, and it's going to be a lot of fun out here. These big, strong, athletic kids who we well know work all summer long. As we were down here for a summer shootout with Coach Zeke and the Panther team as well, and we saw the type of athletes that these teams are going to face night in and night out, and there is some great competition here as that they play in the same conference Park Hill South does, along with Park Hill, the Ruskin Eagles, the Truman Patriots, the St. Joe Central Indians, and the Lee Summit West Titans. We've got a half of girls basketball just about set to get underway, as I'll run down who is currently on the floor for both of these teams. For the Lady Panthers of Park Hill South, it's going to be Samantha Roy, number 3, along with number 5, Mackenzie Stout. It's going to be the original starting lineup, it looks like, as also out there, Erica Timmerman, who's number 15, Nicole Krug, number 24, and number 34, Morgan Kesey. Ball inbounded into the backcourt to get things started here in this second half. As bringing it up for the Lady Trojans was Jelia Gibbs. Gibbs gets it back about 8 feet out into the left elbow. Misses from there. Rebound, put back, no good. Battle still for the board underneath. We're going to have a foul. That's going to go against
Kesey, right? Kesey,
against Morgan Kesey. And that's going to be Stith at the line. Or Morgan Smith, I stand corrected. Morgan Smith at the line. Post player for the Lady Trojans. Takes a couple bounces. Her free throw. And then drops through for. Narrows the deficit to now 8 points. 29-21. The Lady Panthers still leading this one. Substitution into the game for Park Hill South. Into the game, Kylie DeClue, number 35. In for the Lady Panthers. Smith's next one at the line. A little too hard. Rebound taken down by the aforementioned Kylie DeClue. DeClue, a sophomore, 5'10" tall. Park Hill South. The ball in the hands of Mackenzie Stout. Stout on her way to the rim. Foul, we'll have to see who they give it to. Good go against one of 2 different players. And say that. Go ahead, Jim. I apologize.
She drew the foul there, but wasn't probably the smartest. Probably should have came back out and set it back up top.
Could be the case. She takes a couple bounces at the line. Free throw up and in. Mackenzie Stout knocks that one home. Extends the lead now to 9. 7:28 to go here in the third. Second one, just as good as the first. Makes it now a double-digit lead. Ball brought up the floor by Gibbs. Gibbs works it around the wheel over to the far corner. Spot up near the top of the key, then a drive into the elbow. Shot up, no good, as that one missed by Amanda Alexander. Looks to me like the Lady Panthers, with this 10-point lead, going to be content to be real patient, Jim, not get in any hurry to shoot the basketball. We're going to have another foul. I believe they'll get Gibbs for this one.
Well, you love to see aggressive play, but 2 probably not so smart fouls there, back-to-back by the...
that one way away from the basket right there, a foul that probably was a little bit ill-advised. These things happened. Ball to be inbounded. Down on the baseline by Samantha Roy. Roy gets it in on the safety valve. Inbound out to number 5, Stout. Stout around to Timmerman. Timmerman way out near the right hash as the Park Hill defense extended a little bit there and going to guard well out beyond the 3-point line.
Park Hill South spreading the court a little bit too.
They sure are going to eat up some of that clock. Why wouldn't you with a 10-point lead?
No shot clock here.
No shot clock here. We see them make a number of passes. Look for that either really open 3-point look or see if they can get something down on the block that's not highly contested.
Really got to like the student section, the bands, everything. Battle of the bands when we were setting up at halftime and cheerleaders going at it. It's a fun atmosphere out here in Riverside, Missouri tonight.
It sure is. A big rivalry battle between these conference foes. hosting Park Hill South here against the Trojans and Lady Trojans of Park Hill.
They'll meet one more time this year in district play over at Staley is where the Class 5 for this group is.
And what facilities they have over there. Beautiful. The school about 5 years old now, and they've got great facilities. That shot falls for Nicole Krug, who hits one from about 8 feet out. Looked plenty strong, but got a nice roll on it. Makes it now 33-21 with about 6 minutes to go here in the third period. The boys' game to follow here between these heated rivals.
I'd like to apologize for not getting here in time. We had a little traffic coming in, and we had planned on doing the boys' night, and we thought it'd be nice to get the girls in, and so extra special treat, extra half a basketball of entertainment tonight.
Bonus basketball for folks here tonight from Park Hill South High School. Rod Tompkins, Jim Blythe. We're going to tell you on 810 WHB TV. This one 33-21, 5:53 to go here in the third period. Just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here for this one. And
the normal broadcast partner for this, Schaefer Schutz, is over actually doing the public address announcements right now, but he will be broadcasting the game on Channel 18 for Time Warner Cable tonight.
And then he's going to do the boys contest. And Schaefer, I've had the joy of listening to him a couple times. Does a nice job, the young man. I believe the quarterback on the Park Hill South football team. Isn't that correct, Jim?
Junior. Yep. They had him this year. He got hurt, but he'll be back next year and probably will be playing basketball. I'm going to have to bring you more out next year because he'll be playing basketball.
Samantha Roy with the strip on her way to the basket. She's fouled, and she'll get to shoot a pair now. Roy heads to the line and looks to extend the Park Hill South lead. And I tell you what, this one's slowly starting to creep away from the Lady Trojans, Jim. It was 8 at the half, and they've been able to increase that lead to 12 now as Park Hill South. And this one in danger of getting out of hand on them.
Well, I'll tell you, even the other night when they lost, I can't even remember, it was 70-something to 30-something, I believe was the score against Truman. The one thing I noticed on the offensive end of the court, they worked the ball well around the horn, not a lot of dribbling, a lot of passing going on, a lot of good fundamentally sound basketball, but against that bigger squad of Truman, they just had a hard time stopping them on the defensive end.
Bigger, and they've got a very, very strong tradition at Truman, and Park Hill down in their half-court set now. Looking around. That one's stolen away, taken away by Timmerman. She gets cut off on her path to the basket, puts up a bit of a wild floater shot, unable to get it. Smith corrals a rebound and hands that ball off. Is into the game for Park Hill now is Katie Reichert, number 35. She got into the game here just a moment ago. That one put up by Reichert. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken down by DeClue. Again, the Lady Panthers very patient as they get the ball out to Samantha Roy, and she pulls it way out again. Far corner it goes to DeClue. They're definitely going to force the Lady Trojans to come out and put some pressure on them, or they'll pass it around out there all night long. That cut off at the right elbow. Back to Roy. Cuts through the lane. Off to DeClue. Her 12-footer good. Timeout on the floor as the Lady Trojans sensing what we were, Jim, that the Lady Panthers are really starting to open this one up. It's a 16-point lead with 4:21 to go in the third here for the Park Hill South Lady Panthers. We'll take a quick timeout, come back after that. Again, Park Hill South leads at 37-21 over Park Hill. Back with more right after this here on 810 WHB TV.
Just like your hometown team, City Rent-A-Truck has been your hometown truck rental headquarters since 1964. Locally owned with 2 convenient locations in Kansas City and the new store in Olathe, south of I-35 and 151st on Highway 169. City Rent-A-Truck has everything you need from pickups, cargo vans, passenger vans, flatbeds, and box trucks. Give them a call at 816-561-8700 in Kansas City, 913-839-1755 in Olathe, or online at cityrentatruck.com.
Welcome back to the home of the Panthers, Park Hill South High School, where the Lady Panthers currently lead their bitter rival, the Lady Trojans from Park Hill. They lead them by 16 as Gibbs brought it into the front court, then got the basketball off. She's open now. Going to drive. Floater, right side. Gets that one to fall. If she could hit that shot with regularity, they could find themselves back in this one in a hurry. That was a tough contested shot, and she got the little runner to go off the right side of the paint.
Well, here in the second half, it seems like Park Hill South has been scoring about 90% of their trips down the floor, and if you want to get back in it, you got to stop them on the defensive end.
Things get a little physical there for our officials as they got one of the Lady Panthers for a push there. It was Nicole Krug who they called for it. Wild shot up underneath. Park Hill, down, a couple of them down on the floor with the Lady Panthers. They eventually tie them up. We've got the held basketball. It'll go with the Lady Panthers on the alternating possession. 3:39 to go in the third. Park Hill South out in front by 14, 37-23.
Bet you a lot of folks stopped over to Rancho Grande tonight, one of the fine supporters of the program. We do some coaches shows over there before they came out here to watch some basketball on Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to everyone, and you're making me hungry with all that talk like that, Jim.
Well, maybe we'll stop over and see Joe over at Rancho Grande. He's a Kansas City, Kansas boy. He's been down to Brits a few times.
I've made my way there before as well. Again, Park Hill South doing a little weave among their guards out top, just trying to eat some time off this clock. Gibbs going to come out and harass them just a little bit as Roy dribbles between the legs and continues to chew away at the clock here. Then we'll have a foul. It's going to be a blocking foul that goes against Katie Reichert of Park Hill.
Again, like I've said before, a very fundamentally sound team on the offensive end of the court, this Park Hill South Lady Panthers are.
Morgan Kesey checks back into the game for Park Hill South. They're back to their original starting lineup here. That one goes into the backcourt, and Timmerman going to bring it back across for him. She's guarded by Amanda Alexander. Probably a pretty good foul there by Murphy Kroll. Was an uncontested path to the basket right there.
I believe it will be the fifth foul on the Lady Trojans. Yes, it is.
15 foul. It's going to be the third on Murphy Kroll. Kesey with it out front now. Park Hill South.
Pretty good ball handler for one of their bigger gals.
It is. She's a good post player, obviously comfortable handling the basketball. Sets a nice screen right there and didn't get rewarded for it. Got banged pretty good on that one, but a no call on it. Roy off to Kesey, and Kesey skip pass, cross court, dangerous pass, but a good one. Basket no good, though, as Krug couldn't hit that one. Defense closed out on her late and contested the shot, probably caused that miss. Park Hill with it. Reichert over on the right wing. That one back to Gibbs. Her three just off the mark. Rebound comes down, and probably going to get Reichert for that one. A little incidental contact on the block-out effort.
Pretty physical ball game.
It is.
The second half is.
Tell you what, you get up Class 5 basketball, you notice all these ladies and the boys out here, most of them with mouthpieces in. These are big, strong athletes, and if you don't go out there and you don't protect yourself in every way you can get hurt.
Well, you know, we did the Meadville alumni game, Class 1 Meadville alumni, and I call that the town of Hickory. If you want to find a town that loves their basketball as much as Hickory, Indiana, and the Hoosiers movie, go to Meadville.
They do love their basketball, Jim. I'm not sure how they would take the Hickory reference, but
hey, that's to me.
All right.
To me, that's an honor.
It is, and a great movie, Hoosiers, of course. Ball comes out to Stout. Stout into the lane with it. Cut off for a second, loses control of it. Down to the floor, and eventually coming out of there with it is Murphy Kroll. Kroll gets it over in the hands of Gibbs, the look to be inspirational and floor leader for this Park Hill South Lady Trojan squad. They're looking inside. Now they try to find Gibbs down on the baseline, stolen away by Kesey.
A wild pass there.
Tell you what, Morgan Kesey seems to be a girl who just has a nose for the basketball. That one hits the underneath side of the rim for Krug, and
I like her aggressiveness, though. She
got to the rim twice, couldn't capitalize either time, but certainly doing the right thing. That shot up, no good. Kesey tips the rebound and ends up being beneficial as Krug corrals it and hands the ball off then to Samantha Roy.
She sniffs the ball out, doesn't she? She knows where to be and how to get there.
Ball out front, held by Timmerman. Down low it goes. They were looking for Stout down there, and she was having quite a battle with Murphy Kroll as she was playing behind her, tried to come around to the front and get a piece of that basketball. And I'll tell you what, no shortage of physicality to this ladies basketball game.
Minute left in the third period.
14 points the lead for Park Hill South. Roy with it. Goes over to Kaylin McGee, and
I don't know what that call was.
Whistle on the floor. We're going to find out here in just a second.
Pointed behind his back. I couldn't figure out what it was.
I'm still shaking my head a little bit here, trying to.
Maybe a clock reset or something. I don't know.
It's either a clock issue or a number issue or something like that. Those are pretty frequent in high school games, but
I guess the the Panthers cheerleaders just got back from a competition in Florida at the national cheer competition.
I'm sure they fared well. If you look out there down the hall, all the plaques and trophies and everything of that nature here, it doesn't matter what they're doing at Park Hill South, they're doing it pretty well.
For a program that's about, I think, 15 years old.
Kesey falls down, gets it off to Krug. Her runner, no good. She'll get a pair of free throws, though, as her reward. Is Krug going to step there? It's third trip down the floor in a row that she's gotten to the rim, Jim.
She's always around the ball on the offense or defensive end, it seems like. And as a coach, you love that kind of hustle and play, somebody that knows and wants the ball.
They call Morgan Smith for that foul. It's going to be her fourth, and she's been a force inside, especially defensively and on the boards for Park Hill, and they can ill afford to lose her. She is going to check out of the basketball game, though. Into the game comes number 40, Regina Bolden. Quite a difference in size between the two, but we'll see if she's got some KG post moves.
First point we've seen on the while go up on the scoreboard.
Stretches the lead to 15, now 16 as Krug hits both. Down to 33 seconds here in the third. Gibbs going to bring it up. They'll probably look for the last shot here in the quarter unless they get something that's just wide open. Bolin with it near wing. Or near corner, I should say. Got a foul underneath, and
pushing.
That's going to go, I believe, against number 22, Kaylin McGee. Actually, they maybe said 24. If it is 24, that's going to be Nicole Krug. Krug, her second personal. Into the lane, the floater. No good. That's Kaylin McGee. I got my 22s compromised and turned around there a moment ago.
The games I've been doing over here at Park Hill South, I have not seen a lot of charges called in a ball game, and there's been quite a few that kind of look like it. And I thought that could have went either way, that call.
Well, the rules have changed. They're not calling things the same way they have in both high school and in college basketball this year on it. It's almost impossible to draw a charge these days. McGee's first, no good. Takes a few bounces of it. Goes through her little ritual at the line, and the second one is good. Makes it now a 15-point Park Hill South lead. Roy gets the ball into the front court quickly. Far corner it goes. Krug gets cut off on the baseline. Gets it off to Roy, and then pass comes to the near side. Well, I tell you what, always in motion, Samantha Roy. She is very athletic and determined as she going to go to the free throw line here. 0.8 left, just 0.8 of a second here in our third period. 15-point lead, looking to make it more. That's a bad foul with that little amount of time left in the quarter. Roy makes him pay as she hits the free throw.
Roy and Krug, very good tag team duo, I would suspect.
And tell you what, it appeared to me they really like to have Kesey on the floor too. She can fill a lot of different roles for him. I believe her to be in foul trouble. The only reason she has sat down. 41-24 is our score after three here in this one. Park Hill South leads their rival, Park Hill, by 17. 8 minutes will decide this one. Fourth quarter coming your way next here on 810 WHB TV.
All Service, fire or water damage will help you navigate the insurance issues and get your home back in shape in no time. Locally owned and available 24/7. Call 816-786-8080 or go online to firewaterhelp.com. All Service, we're here for you. Dr. Billings and his Braces by Billings team have been making people of all ages smile for over 30 years. Dr. Billings makes it a point to treat every patient as one of his own family members, giving them quality care and time that they need to complete their orthodontic treatment. Braces by Billings, serving the Northland on the corner of Highway 9 and Tom Watson Parkway in Parkville and in Platte City.
Park Hill Lady Panther basketball here to start our fourth period. They trail it by 17. They're going to have to come out firing. They're going to have to do it in a hurry as they face a 17-point differential. Kesey back into the basketball game now for Park Hill South. Inbound goes to the backcourt to Gibbs.
People still flowing in. It's still some room left, but come on out and enjoy the game if you can. Boys will start in about 12, 14 minutes, somewhere in there.
Three-point shot and a basket for Amanda Alexander. First shot she's taken, I believe, since we started the broadcast, Jim, and she was open. Quickly got that shot up and draws them back to within 14, 41-27. Again, Park Hill South going to try to eat as much of that clock away as they can. Stout with the basketball out front, guarded out there by McGee. That three-pointer on the way from Krug. She tried it inside, couldn't get it to go. Tried that one outside, didn't get it to go. Rebound, though, to her teammate, Mackenzie Stout. Stout goes with the left hand and off the glass and good. Extends the lead back out to 16. Near corner to Bolin. Her pass inside is deflected by Kesey. Back into the game for Park Hill comes number 35, Katie Reichert. Regina Bolin takes a seat on the Lady Panther bench. Inbound way out top. Over to the far side, it goes to McGee. She's cut off on the baseline. Had a little room to get the shot up. Couldn't get it to fall. Rebound taken down by Kesey. Does it with a little bit of force as well.
Looks like Park Hill South has a little bit bigger lineup in right now.
They do, and I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with their guard play so far. Krug's going to step on the sideline with that one. She got a little disoriented, it looked like, with the basketball, and steps on the sideline and turns the basketball over. Still a 16-point lead for the Lady Panthers. Gibbs, who's a very nice player, brings the ball up the court for Park Hill. Near corner, Reichert's three. Side of the iron, no good. Karam's off. Rebound taken out of there by Mackenzie Stout. She brings it up the floor herself, then gives it off to Roy. Inside, it goes to Kesey. Kesey, left hand off the glass and good, and she sealed the defender away from her, went with the left hand, and that was textbook right there, Jim Bly.
Yes, she, for a big girl, she does handle the ball really, really well. And, I like I said the other night, they took quite a beating the other night, but saw a lot of good athleticism in there in the Park Hill South Lady Panthers.
I'm impressed with, like I said, their guard play. Kesey's court awareness. Krug, an aggressive basketball player. I've seen good things out of him so far. This Park Hill team, like I said, I've been impressed with the play of Gibbs so far here in this one. Inside for Park Hill. Bolin came off the bench. Reichert off the bench. They've both been getting a fair amount of playing time.
Got a yell leader down there doing flips and stuff. Pretty good at it.
Did you ever do any of that back in the day, Jim?
No. My dad did go to an all-boys school, but he was one of their male cheerleaders, yell leaders, whatever they want to call them. But
right, nothing wrong with that.
They were more or less troublemakers, not really cheerleaders.
A little instigating going on, huh?
Yeah.
That's McGee with it, out between the wheels, and she gives it off to Alexander. Alexander's hit the three here in this quarter. They're probably going to try to get her a look. She's open. Instead, the jumper in the lane. Here's a chance for a three-point play. It'll be the old-fashioned kind, though, as McGee hits that jumper from about probably 6 to 8 feet out, and she'll try to complete the three-point play. If she's able to do so, Park Hill still has plenty of an obstacle to overcome. They currently trail it by 18 McGee's able to convert here. Of course, that'll draw them back within 17. Just like you'd expect for a game like this, the student section's very vocal and doing a great job here for both of these schools. McGee's free throw, it's good. 45-30, 5:51 to go here in this game between Park Hill South and Park Hill. Roy slowly brings it up, uses all the time she can in a veteran play. Off to Kesey. Kesey back to her. A little give and go. Then they go back out to Kesey. She knocks that one down. The defense drawn to the drive. The kick out to Kesey. And tell you what, you leave her like that, she's going to hit that more times than not.
Very good shot.
Reichert, her three-pointer good.
Returns the favor there, +1.
An answer from the Lady Trojans, 47-33. Their enemy right now in this one, though, the Lady Trojans, would be the clock as they trail it by 14 with just more than 5 minutes to go. They were looking for Kesey inside, couldn't get it to her, and new player into the game for Park Hill South that I need to get etched into my scorebook here.
Almost looks like they're running a 1-3-1 kind of with a swing option.
It could very well be the case. Like I said, I'm trying to catch up in my scorebook here for a moment, Jim. And
well, you do it all over there. I'm just running a camera.
You're doing a little more than that now. Don't short yourself of credit. That is DeClue back in the game, number 35. I did have her down here earlier. Kylie DeClue.
Kesey on the ball there, hustling over, getting the rebound.
Roy, they're trying to keep the ball in her, Stout's hands most of the time. Kesey gets to see a few looks. That one taken away, a steal by Alexander to the bucket, up and in, and 47-35. I wouldn't be shocked at all if Park Hill South doesn't score this possession down to maybe see a timeout. What about you, Jim?
Yeah, I'd be looking for that, that's for sure.
They sure don't want to.
And we're going to, looks like we got a timeout. Park Hill South just called one.
That's what I figured would happen, is they hadn't scored in a couple of possessions. And Park Hill is drawn back now to within 12. They don't want to let that double-digit lead become compromised. Have a little morale boost for the Lady Trojans. That's the last thing the Lady Panthers want to see here.
Correct.
4:17 to go in this one, and we'll keep it here during this 30-second timeout. The next minute of this game, crucial for both these teams. Crucial for Park Hill South in that they can't let the Lady Trojans claw any closer. And of course, if they're able to come out and hit a couple shots here for Park Hill, then they would be able to find themselves back into single digits.
Well, I just want to let everybody know that you can be watching this game on your TV, no matter what size it is, big, little, small, whatever, with a Roku.
What about medium? Does it work on medium?
Medium's fine, too.
Okay.
Roku is a little box that makes it easy to enjoy the hottest movies, TV shows, games, and all 810 WHB video content. Roku. Remember that, Rod.
Roku.
I'll buy you one for Christmas. I know you like the KU part on the end of it there.
Well, that was the only part I didn't like, Jim, but nonetheless, Kesey with it way out front. Nobody really pressing the issue. She'll get it right, blocked now. Into the lane, off the glass and good. Impressed with the footwork and the quickness on the low block right there by Kesey. Morgan Kesey. Gibbs with it. Near side it comes down to McGee. She'll drive baseline. Shot no good. She'll be rewarded with a pair of free throws. They're going to give that one to number 35, Kylie DeClue.
That's what you want to see coming out of a timeout. Put a play in and get it to work and get some points up on the board.
I think there's one way to play for your both teams here. Nothing needs to change. Park Hill needs to be, of course, aggressive. But if you're Park Hill South, you don't want to lose your aggression. You want to burn some clock. But if you get any kind of open shot or an open path, you want to take it. You don't want to sit back, rest on what you've got for a lead. That's when teams get in trouble.
We've seen a lot of teams go the other direction by taking it a little too easy too early.
I've seen it really come back to bite some teams. And as a coach, that's a no-win situation. If you get too aggressive and lose the lead, then you should have been holding the basketball. Well, if you hold it and eat the time off the clock, well, you should have stayed aggressive. That's just the catch-22 for coaches. 49-36, 3:37 to go. Stout with it now in the front court, left-hand dribble, and looking for a little help. She gets that from Samantha Roy. Roy guarded by Gibbs behind the back dribble. Gets a pick. Goes to Stout, baseline. Back out, right elbow. Kesey, that shot too hard. Rebound. Pulled down by Katie Reichert. Here comes Gibbs racing to the other end. Kicks it into the far corner. Out top now. McGee, left-hand runner, short of the mark. Kesey with the rebound, tie up, and that one going to go the way of the Park Hill South Lady Panthers on the alternating.
Well, if your parents are out there watching, which they usually do, I want to say hi to the Tompkins family and thank you, Mrs. Tompkins, for the birthday wishes she gave me. You did.
If I didn't, I was out of town or busy or something. You know.
No, she liked the picture of the father-daughter dance. That's what it was.
That's good. That's absolutely good. Gibbs, three-pointer, left side. She drained it. Had a feeling that was going to happen. She got that open, in good rhythm. Great rotation on the shot. Gets them back within 10. This one not over. We still got plenty of basketball to play. 2:54 to go. Park Hill South Lady Panthers lead Park Hill by 10. Back right after this here on 810 WHB TV.
Northland Racket Club, located in North Kansas City, offers tennis programs designed by certified USTA professionals for all ages and levels. They also feature an on-site workout area and children's playroom. Mention this ad and receive a free evaluation of your game. Come join the fun.
Welcome back to Park Hill South High School, the home of the Panthers, of course. The Lady Panthers lead this one by 10.
Well, we're getting ready to see some good ball by the Park Hill South men's program. Rod, when you see these guys, I know you've seen part of them, but when you see them, you're going to ask what kind of water they're drinking out of Riverside, Missouri. I don't know if it's coming from the river or where, but a lot of big bodies down, low and high on their squad.
Right, they've got the length, and they've also got the beef when it comes right down to it. They've definitely got some wide bodies to go along with their tall, athletic types, and some of those guys a mixture of a little bit of both of those. Guys like Peyton Meek come to mind, a two-guard that goes about 6'4". That one hit by Gibbs, and
we got a ball game.
7, and
we got a ball game
again, and it's probably going to turn into a foul fest here in just a minute. 2:17 to go because Park Hill South, as long as they're able to work the weave and hold on to the basketball, they can eat as much time away as they want. Kesey almost has it stripped away from behind. She goes to the floor, gets it off to Roy. Now Stout, far corner. She nailed it.
Rage Cage erupts there. That's what they're called down there. The cheer section is the Rage Cage, Rod.
Plenty of rage coming out there. That makes the lead now 10. Air ball from out near the top of the key, and it's going to be Park Hill South basketball. Now a 10-point lead, and this one looked in question just a few moments ago. I'll tell you what, they're able to get the ball into the front court here, force a foul or get another bucket. It's going to be tough sledding for the Lady Trojans. They allow Roy to dribble it up pretty much uncontested. She gets it off to Stout. Stout fakes into the lane with it and then comes near side. Back off to Roy. Gibbs right there in her pocket. Now Roy dribbles back out top, and they'll force the Lady Trojans to come out. And if you're going to foul, you better start it right now.
Yeah.
Or probably a half minute ago. A steal instead. I guess I'm wrong. That's McGee with it. She goes to the left hand. No good. That rebound pinballs around a little bit, and McGee ends up getting it back. It's going to be a player control foul or a charge, as she ducked her head and ran right into Morgan Kesey. A little bit of a significant difference in size between the two. That battle's going to go Kesey's way just about every time.
That's what you want to that's what you don't want to see, is somebody trying to make something happen versus letting your passing and your quickness get something to happen.
Letting it come to you, but again, as you'll hear coaches say a lot of times, kid trying to make a play, you can't fault them for that.
No. But they will yell at him for it.
Yes, they will. They will be coached up on it. 52-42. 1 minute to go here in this one. That one almost taken away from Roy. Then it goes off of a Lady Trojan, then into the backcourt. They give an over and back call, which I can tell you from here that wasn't the right call.
Yeah, I would have to disagree with that, and I don't like bashing refs, but that was it was touched on the other side by Park Hill.
I don't have a dog in this fight, but that one right there, not the correct call. three-person officiating crew here in this Suburban Conference game.
And the rage cage is erupting now on that last call.
59 seconds. Into the lane, McGee, her shot will not go. Rebound was tipped out by Kesey, and then it ends up in the hands of Katie Reichert. She hits her second three-pointer here in the quarter. Gets them back within 7. Still, time on the clock. The enemy of the Park Hill South, or the Park Hill Lady Trojans. Park Hill South leads it, and we'll keep it here during this timeout.
That would have been a good one to see on the 72-inch Jumbotron and get upset a little bit at home. Maybe throw the old foam arrowhead that you got sitting around from the Chiefs back in the day.
There you go.
Remember those? Or no, they were bricks, weren't they? Well, there was both.
Right, and I tell you what, Katie Reichert, a player who comes in off the bench here for Park Hill, has hit at least 2 threes here in the quarter and has gotten Park Hill back in this one. Time getting away from him, though. Just 42 seconds to go in this one. It's a 7-point Park Hill South lead.
Quite a bit of red in the house tonight.
And you would expect just that. Reichert, a junior who comes off the bench. They list her at 5'9". She sure seems to be a little taller than that to me, and she's actually out of the basketball game now.
We could have a little cheer contest, cheer fest here, as many cheerleaders that are in the house, and then plus I think we got the dance team that's going to perform at half. So a lot of entertainment for you tonight, folks.
Right, all kinds of stuff. Between the cheerleaders here, we've got about 50 in the house, I would guess, between the two schools.
Yes.
And that's not a joke. I guarantee you it's every bit of 40.
Got the boys Park Hill team over there waiting to come on and take some warm-up. And Park Hill South as well.
Reichert checks back in, a little offense-defense thing going on. And
40.9 left.
that was a big free throw that was hit by Roy as she extends the lead now to 8 with right at 40.9 seconds on the clock. Bolin with the rebound. Gets it off to McGee. Her pass taken away. That's Stout with the steal, and that's going to put an end to this one. As time now down to less than half a minute.
I don't think we'll see a foul here.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's just going to be, let's go out, guard him, and we'll have a foul. Not the intentional variety, just one trying to stop the basketball, and that's going to send Samantha Roy back to the line. And
we'll go ahead and let you know what's going to happen here in the next few minutes. After this game's over, we'll take a little break. We'll keep the camera live, but there'll be some dead silence. We'll come back a few minutes, probably about 8 minutes before the boys start action. Bring you the broadcast live here on 810 WHB TV or on your Roku TV on your TV at home. Just if you need some help figuring out how to use that, there's a help page on the 810 WHB TV website.
Jim can help you with that. He helped me with Roku, so he can help you with Roku.
Roku, I don't care as long as you're watching this game on it.
53-45, down to 21.7, and the Lady Trojans have finally thrown in the towel. It was a gallant effort. They made a nice run at him there in this fourth quarter, Jim.
Yes, they did, and it got closer than I thought it would have, but they were really hitting from outside 3-ball range. The Lady Trojans were.
And the Lady Panthers, their talented guard play, their patience with the basketball, and just being content to only take the good open three or get the ball inside with that lead, and not getting in any hurry to do it, served them well.
Yes. Getting a little crowded up here in the house. We usually have this whole area over on this side, and but that's good. That's what you want to see in high school basketball. You want to see people coming out and supporting these fine young athletes.
Trying to put this one away at the line is Samantha Roy, and my first time to see the Lady Panthers play here, and didn't take me long to spot her on the floor, Jim.
No.
Next free throw. That one rattles in and out, no good. Kesey almost got the rebound, and she got her hand up there, tipped the ball. Far side it goes to Bolin. Then the ball goes off to Alexander, and she's fouled on the way around there on the baseline. That'll go against Nicole Krug. I believe that'll be her fifth.
12.5
left. Third, I stand corrected.
12.5 left.
54-45. Park Hill South leads it.
I believe that was the first missed free throw in the second half by the Panthers, Lady Panthers.
It may be. There's a substitution into the game here now for Park Hill late in this one. I believe that was Gigi Hopkins that checked into the game. It is number 3, Gigi Hopkins. That free throw falls for Alexander.
Like to let everybody know the scoreboard at the bottom is not always correct. So there's an occasion where I do get busy talking and running a camera and get confused and put the wrong thing on or don't keep up.
We'll get her caught up either way. It's with our 17-person broadcast crew that we have on hand here for the Battle of Park Hill.
Yeah, it's you can see they've got it set across the way there, Channel 18. If you don't have a Roku, you can watch this game in the Park Hill School District area on Time Warner Channel 18. So Channel 18 on Time Warner Cable.
Great that people have that option. Roy back at the line again. Missed her last one. This one up and in.
But we cover the rest of the world, Rod.
We sure do.
And we've had people overseas watching some young athletes that we've broadcasted before, too, as well. And that's what's nice about being able to do internet broadcast. You can watch it anywhere around the world.
I'll tell you what, it's pretty awesome, especially to be able to get it over there in the desert. Folks over serving in the armed forces, things like that, who have family members or friends' family members or their alma mater schools or whatever the case is, able to watch and kind of make themselves feel a little better while they're out there serving our country. That one to Bolin, off the glass, no good, and this one going to end with a Park Hill South victory. The Lady Panthers victorious over the Lady Trojans, 56-47. We'll see if the Panthers are able to pull off a sweep, both boys and girls, here in the heated rivalry game between Park Hill South and Park Hill. That game coming your way here shortly. We're going to take a little break, keep the camera going, and let you folks enjoy the action here between the games.
You would think this was a college game. We got both bands here tonight as well. So we're going to have a little band contest, maybe a battle of the bands. So we're going to leave our mics up so you can enjoy the bands during this intermission between the two ball games. And Rod, great call.
All right, thank you very much, Jim. Appreciate that. Again, we'll be back with the